Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video, we're going to see Azure Kubernetes Service Deployment Pipeline and GitHub Actions. Okay, let's imagine that we work for a video production company, and after a few months of planning, we successfully migrated the technology stack to AKS. The new AKS solution is running without any problems. However, we noticed that the developer team spends a significant amount of time building container images and deploying the applications. To reduce the team's time on these tasks, we decide to investigate using pipelines to deploy to AKS. So when we approached with this idea to the management, they asked us to create a proof of concept by using the demo website. So in this video, we will describe a CI/CD process that uses GitHub Actions. We will create a deployment pipeline by using GitHub Actions and Azure, and we will deploy a cloud native application to AKS by using GitHub Actions. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly log on to the portal and set up the project. I'm logged on to the portal, and to set up the project, I'm going to fork the simple repo, which is available on Microsoft Learn. I'm going to fork this simple repository so that I can create my own GitHub action pipeline. And so I will go to my Azure portal. I will launch the Azure Cloud Shell. Mm, Let me configure it. I'll come back. I'm gonna hit create storage. It will create it, and then I'll be able to run my commands in the Azure Cloud Shell. I'll pause it and come back. Okay, I'm logged on to the portal, and I'm gonna copy paste this URL. I'm gonna fork it to my account. Sign into GitHub. Okay, I'm forking it to my account, and it is done. Now this is the URL that I'm gonna clone. I am not using the original URL that I visited. I'm I forked it to my GitHub account, and then I'm gonna clone it on the Azure Cloud Shell. Okay, so okay, done. I am gonna move inside this folder GitHub Actions. And now I'm going to execute the init.sh file that's located in the root of the project. So this init.sh file would set up the environment variables. It would create a new resource group. It will create a new AKS cluster and set up kubectl to access it. It will also create a new container registry and link it to my AKS cluster. Okay, so init.sh, enter. Okay. Mm, where is that file? Here it is. Okay, I should have written this. Okay, it is now creating the cluster. Everything it is doing for me using that script. If you want to see the content of that script, here it is. This is what it is doing. Okay, creating the cluster, obtaining credentials, ACRs, attaching the ACR to AKS, setting up the password. Standard B2S or using the small size. Okay, awesome. So cluster name, password, login name. I'm going to copy these values. Here it is. And I'm going to paste it here. Okay, it is done. Now we'll understand the application images. Okay, so now my environment is up, and the next steps would be to deploy workloads and create a pipeline. An essential part of a distributed application that uses AKS is the container image that I am going to deploy it, right? So container image is a file that has multiple layers that are used to execute a container. For this video, we will use a Docker container. I won't discuss that in details, what containers are and how they work. If you want to know more about them, you can go ahead and read tons of documentation available. So the container image is built from a Docker file, and the file has a set of instructions that we can use to tell the container runtime what steps it needed to take to create a fully executable image for the application. Right, so if you would look at the Docker file, in the root of the fork we created here, let me go back. This is the Docker file, okay, that I'm using for this. So we see that the image starts by using another Nginx image as its base instead of starting from scratch. We start with other images that have the files we need. Now we can build an image from a Docker file using Docker build command, and then we use image tags because they are very important for the aspect of working with container images, because they tell what type of image are we dealing with. A tag can differentiate images even if multiple images have the same name. All right, and there are container registries on when we are dealing with image. It is the place where it will be stored. So GitHub stores the code changes, like I'm storing the code changes here. This is my forked project and the versions. So in the container world, GitHub is a container registry. But in this project, we use the container registry service in Azure. So if I show you, all right, container. A container registry is a place where to store where I store my image files. I can push new images to the registries by using Docker push commands. And for the pipeline, we will push the built images to the container registry instance we created earlier by using the username and password that I noted down. All right. So, so in here, I will build the staging application image. Okay. So to start building the pipeline, we go to the fork of the sample repository. So I go to my repo here, and you see here actions. Click on it. So at this point, the pipeline is just a file in the GitHub workflows, right? This is workflow. In my repository, GitHub provides the pre-built components that we need to build most of the pipelines. We'll have a workflow file that look like this. So see, it says deploy your code with these popular services. You can go to work these workflow and use everything. Okay. I'm going to set up this workflow and see if what it does. No, not this. Okay. Okay, so I'm not using this. I'm build, test, and deploy your code. make code reviews, branch management, and issue triaging work the way you want. So I'm going to skip this step and click on set up a workflow myself. You see this. This is the basic workflow to help you get started in here. Okay. You see this name. It give this name by itself. I'm going to change it to this build staging.yaml. Okay. Let me check the spelling build dash staging.yaml. And I'm going to change the name key. Build and push the latest build to staging. Where is the name key? Okay, I'm changing this. It would be okay. Build and push the latest build to staging. Now, I'm going to create a trigger for this. So the default file comes with two triggers: any push to the main branch, any pull request on the main branch. Right? These are the triggers. I'm going to change the default triggers in the on key. I'm going to remove this trigger. Okay. And I'm going to change the push trigger. All right. I'm going to delete it. Now I'm going to build and push the image. So let's work on the jobs we are going to run. In this process, we address both the build steps and the deploy steps that are shown in the pipeline design diagram. GitHub workflows are divided into jobs and jobs are divided into steps. Each step can have multiple commands and use multiple actions to be executed. The job key is already set to run on Ubuntu latest, which is the environment where you want this workflow to run. So I'm going to rename the build key to build push image. This one. Mm-mm. So I'm going to add this build to push image runs steps actions checkout will be same. I'm gonna look for Docker login here. Okay. Okay. You see this? This is copied. I am gonna add it right here. Mm-mm-mm. I am gonna copy it. Okay, this is what my file will look like, and I am going to make some changes here. Okay, I'm going to rename the name key to the build and push staging image. Okay, hold on. And in here, I have to change the values like registry and update it, username and the password. Contoso website, ACR login. Okay. One. All right. And to commit this changes, I'm going to select this green start commit button. You can add a message, create build steps for staging. All right. Commit direct to a main branch. Commit new file. Okay. So now I've not set up the secrets here, right? This build will fail. So I'm going to go on to the settings tab, and I'm going to select create a new secret right here. Uh, there are no secrets right here, not the environment. Select secrets. New secret. I'm going to do ACR underscore name. I'm going to run the command in the cloud shell. Wait. Right. For the value, I'm going to add the value of the secret. Name is this. This is the ACR name secret. I'll add a secret. Now I will create one more secret, and I will name it ACR login. And if I'm going to copy the ACR login username. Okay. Here it is. Add a secret and the ACR password. AZ. Add a secret. Wonderful. On the actions tab, go here. So it failed, right? Because the value was not added. You see here. I can rerun the job here, right? Okay. Okay. Rerun jobs. Rerun all jobs. Building push image. Status is queued. If you want to see it, you can see it as well. All right. Docker login failed. Hmm. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Not fail. Hmm. Okay, so it is not. I'm the only one who is facing this issue. Okay, let's say you want to build application for the production. Go back, go to your actions, and go to your settings. Right? You view workflow file. This is your workflow file. You can open that in the GitHub editor. And like I made the production YAML file, oh, sorry, staging YAML file. You can set up the production file, the build production file for your production, and you can name it build dash production. Like this is your staging file, right? So you can edit it, you can rename it to production. All right, and then you can change here like prod or production. Then you're gonna make the changes in the trigger actions in the secrets like I created. And then you can rename it. All right. I'm sorry, you don't change it. You go to actions, you create another file like new workflow, set up for yourself, and you name that file here. New workflow, build dash production. That YAML. Name build and push the image to production. All right. This is how your final file would look like. All right, start commit, new file, production. Let me view the runs. Okay. Okay, it failed as well. Let me see the errors. Hmm. So you know the idea how we gonna do it. Actually, I'll try to make a note of it and probably mention the troubleshooting find steps if I get any. All right. So that is how you would push the applications using the GitHub Actions onto your AKS. I'm getting the error and I'll try to fix it. And if I'll not, you got the idea, right? So I hope this was informative to all of you guys. If you have any queries, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.